What is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We are a day removed from the story coming out of WWE selling to the Saudi Arabian investment firm. Woke up, got out of bed last night after I got the phone call, talked a little bit about the sale to Saudi Arabia, and come to work the next day, and now I'm wondering, did we get duped? Was it a bad story? WWE coming out and speaking out against the claims, basically saying that there is no sale at this precise time. The way that I read their statement of them saying that there is no deal at this precise time, it's not them saying that they're not gonna sell to these guys. They're just saying, hey, right now we don't have a deal. They're not saying that they're 99% of the way. They're waiting on the paperwork. They're not saying that there's a verbal agreement or a handshake deal on this as of right now. The way everybody went with it last night, and the names that reported on it and put it out there, I think that, when there's a big story like this, there is some, follow the leader to make sure. I think it was Ryan Satin, a guy who used to work for TMZ before going out on his own. And I know he does some stuff for WWE and stuff like that. But, what he put out on Twitter last night was like, I'm not going to post a tweet that makes you think something, that make you think I know something when I don't know anything, just so you think I'm in the know on what everybody else says they're in the know about. Because there's a lot of people out there that were like, major news, breaking news, coming soon. We're on the verge of the hugest news that you've ever seen. So maybe once, one person put the story out, and maybe they really thought that they had, the smoking gun, that the deal was going down. There was a lot of people that were posting the news, but they were saying that this isn't, verified, or maybe they were saying, we're not saying this is the news. We're just commenting on the news that you might have heard somewhere else. I don't know. If someone came to me and they're like, hey, Steve, I heard you were selling your house. And I'd be like, no, we haven't finalized the deal on the house. That doesn't mean that I'm not selling the house or I'm close to a deal on the house. It just means I haven't signed the deal on it yet, and it's not done. I'm in the act of selling my, no. Okay, well, hold on. I am personally not selling my house. I'm just using that as an example. But I'm in the act of selling my house. I went out. I got is that a lender? No, the lender is the guy who lends you the money. I got an agent. They're out there. They put my house on the market and all that jazz. That's what WWE's done. And if anybody's gonna buy it, and we were all hoping, the one thing that you can think is maybe they saw the writing on the wall last night. Is hey, we'll just put out a little smoke and see how everybody bites on it. And I think 99% of the people out there who said the stuff they said about the Saudi Arabian people that want to buy WWE, I think 99% of them are full of shit. And that's the God's honest truth. They're just going to run their mouth. They're going to say they're never going to watch WWE again. Brock Lesnar, John Cena, The Rock, maybe even Cody Rhodes pops up on Monday Night Raw. You don't think they're going to tune in to see what's going down? You think they're actually going to be sitting there and they're going to be like, you know what? Saudi Arabian people own this. I'm not watching this no more. I'll just watch Impact. I'll just watch AEW, and I'm all good. No. If there's wrestling on and you're a wrestling fan, it doesn't matter what's going down. That's like, I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. Occasionally, I'll watch a Giants game if they're playing anybody, if that's on TV, because I want to watch baseball. I got no dog in the fight if the freaking Giants are playing the Mariners. I don't like either one of those teams, but I like baseball. And I'm going to watch baseball. You're going to watch wrestling no matter who owns it. And especially if it looks like, you know, when this move goes down, these people are going to stay in charge. Vince is going to be the CEO. Triple H probably stay in his job of, what was he, the CFO or whatever it was. He oversees basically everything that goes down on Raw and SmackDown. You know, make sure that they sign the guys they need to sign. You know, he was taking care of what was going down with the writing team and pointing them in the right direction, making sure that, you know, show don't suck and stuff like that. I don't know if I made this joke in my video last night. I know I tweeted it and it was funny. But the one thing that thinks about me is that if Vince sells the company and Vince just becomes a CEO, he's an employee. Employees get paid. I guess in today's age, most people just get direct deposits into their accounts. But in my mind, I think it's hilarious, the fact of, like, Vince McMahon getting a check. What does he do with it? Like, does Vince, like, take a picture of it on his phone and deposit it into his account? Is he going into the bank and going up to the teller, like, signing the back of it with a deposit slip and, like, handing it over and be like, yep, put it in there, put 10% in my savings. Like, that's a weird world. I mean, I'm sure Vince has paid himself over the years, you know, one way or another, but in my mind, I just can't think of Vince McMahon getting a paycheck in my world. But as of right now, you know, Vince still owns the company. I was gonna say, is it Nick? Fuck, whatever Khan, not Tony, and not the other one who owns the Jaguars. I think it's Nick, is the CEO. I heard somebody talking about it. I always thought that the Khan guy got put in there as a Vince supporter, that Vince believed in, that could get him more, you know, rights monies, and he was the guy that was kind of letting people go. Somebody was portraying him as like the bad guy in this ordeal, the guy who they think threw out the story about Vince McMahon and the hush money, so Vince would have to leave, and then, you know, he was kind of looking to overtake the company. I haven't heard that side of the story at all, so I don't know if maybe just somebody was just, they didn't want Vince to leave, so in their mind, you know, he's the bad guy. I don't know, I gotta look more into this, because every time I read a little bit more, I get a little bit surprised. So maybe it's time. I haven't subscribed to the Observer in I'm gonna say they're on 7 years. I'm pretty sure. I think in 2016 is when I canceled my subscription, and I really thought I was gonna miss it. And I guess I kind of feel like I get the same amount of stuff, and I'm not stuck feeling like I have to listen to all those podcasts. Not that they were bad, but not feeling like I have to listen to them all because I pay for them. I just listen to the ones on, listen to the ones on the Apple Podcast app. Like, anything with, like, Cheap Heat, or anything with, the Ringer Wrestling Podcast with, Shoemaker. I think it has a name. Is it the Masked Man show or something like that? But it's like all the shows are on the same feed. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe it's just the Ringer Wrestling Podcast or something like that. But I'm looking forward to hearing what anybody has to say. So if you make a video, make sure you tweet it to me or something like that, so I make sure I can see what you're thinking about it. If you heard a good podcast talking about this today, please. I want to, like, have all of this story inside of me. The more I know, the more I know. But as of right now, I guess the wrestling world just got duped last night, and in the end, nothing really happened, and we're still in the same spot that we were at. But, you know, the new leader to buy WWE is no longer a Comcast or a Disney. It's probably not going to be an American company. It's probably going to be an investment firm from Saudi Arabia, of just some guys who got too much money, and they want to throw it around. And buying WWE is what they want to to do. All right. Thank you guys to everybody who watched my video last night. Peace out, and I'll see you guys down the road.